bring up to the stage and have you give a warm welcome for David Lesneski.
Comedy Castle, how are we feeling? Excellent. My name is David Lesneski. I'm Mexican, if you couldn't tell by the last name. I get it though, like I don't really look Latino or like Mexican really. Like the image for that kind of right now is like Bad Bunny, and I look more just like Mild Rabbit. I'm also ethnically ambiguous too. Like I get misidentified for a lot of different ethnicities out there. I get a lot of Asian, I get like Arabic Muslim, maybe get Jewish. And it used to kind of like get in my head, people can't really see me for me. Nowadays I take it more in stride, like I'm just seen as one of the other beautiful people out in the world. So to my Jewish friends, I am David. To my Muslim friends, I am Dawood. To my Asian friends, I am Dewey. And to the corporate overlords I serve, I am Dave. That's how that shakes out. I am Mexican, like I said, and like most Mexicans, the factory default setting for religion for me was set to Catholic. Any other Catholics out there tonight? Couple, one. Still doing it? Not so much, no? Me neither. I am more like Catholic nowadays. Like I go to church just enough so I can still get Christmas presents for my folks. Recently we just had Lent. I don't know, let me explain Lent to y'all. It's the time in the Catholic calendar where we give up something near and dear to us for 40 days and for 40 nights like Jesus did. I gave up hope. I am Mexican, but I do identify more as Latinx. Let me explain Latinx to you folks. It is, like, you have to imagine kind of like being Latino on a bit of a spectrum. Like on one side you have Latino, where it's like masculine energy, where it's like guys like Danny Trejo, muscles, tattoos, mustaches, that type of thing. On the other side you've got Latina, where it's like women like Sofia Vergara, very beautiful women like that. I am kind of in the middle right there. I'm like John Leguizamo from Tu Wong Fu. I've never worn a dress in my life, but I have had my feet in a couple of heels, That's just the energy I do. I'm not the macho type at all. That's not me. And it gets weird when it gets, that those kinds of situations come up to me. Like the other week, I was with this woman, and we were let me make it a little family friendly. We were estábamos cogiendo. I'll let you Google translate that a little later, but you kind of get by the gist of what's going to happen. But we're doing the act, and then while we're doing it, she just says, "Oh, papi." Yeah, I was thrown off by it too, because that's not my vibe. That's not me. It's not me at all. Like at best, I am funny cousin. At worst, I am weird uncle. That's kind of like where it is for me, I do like the Latinx terms. Actually, I pronounce it Latinx. That's the way you say it in Spanish, Latinx. And I like that term too because I think that's what would be like my superhero name if I was like one of the X-Men. Like, oh, we need Latinx over here, What would my powers be? Be able to jump over any fence in a single bound. My hideout would be a system of caves beneath the ground. No one could find tunnels and everything like that. I told the joke once before and I had someone yell out, "How do you swim? You swim good?" I'm like, "No, that's not me. You need Kubanekis for that. That's who you need for that." I was pretty close with my culture though. The one aspect I was pretty close on though was food. My family, we owned a Mexican restaurant. We owned it for 65 years. Don't applaud, that's not a feat, it's 65 years of business. Thank you. We sold it. But when I was a kid, there'd be days that my dad would be working at the restaurant, he'd take me with him. And every time we'd be driving up, he would ask me, "David, what kind of Mexican food do you want today?" And I would tell him, "Dad, I really want Taco Bell. And people will always tell me, like, David, how can you eat Taco Bell, man? Isn't that like sacrilege to you? You're Mexican. Your family owns a Mexican restaurant. And I think we can all kind of agree tonight, Comedy Castle, that Taco Bell is not Mexican food. It's just not. Like, if you want truly commercialized, culturally appropriated Mexican food, you have to go to Chipotle. Because at least with Chipotle, you have just as good a chance of getting diarrhea there as you do from going to a taco truck in Southwest Detroit. That's the truth. That's just the truth. I got a new job in the past year. I like it a lot. Gives me this thing I've never had before. It's called paid time off. Very new to me. I've never had it before. And as my HR head was explaining the paid time off, she told me that we have different kinds of paid time off, which is nice. We have this one in particular. It's called Celebration Day. Now, Celebration Day is a day you can take off for any reason. Something that means meaningful to you, whatever kind of celebration you want to do. Now, my HR head, she knew I was Mexican. And when she told me about Celebration Day, she's like, oh, you could take Cinco de Mayo off if you wanted to do that. Look, Cinco de Mayo is not a Mexican holiday. It's more of an American holiday. Like any good Mexican, we do celebrate it, but that's only because it's to deal with the white people's confusion of thinking it's our Independence Day. That's how we get our money on Cinco de Mayo. But even if I was going to take a day off in May for a holiday, it wouldn't be Cinco de Mayo. It would be May 4th. For May the 4th be with you. Yeah, well, because sometimes I'm a bigger Star Wars nerd than I am a Mexican. That's just how it shakes out for me, you know? All right, Comedy Castle, you've been great. Thank you very much. My name is David Lesneski.